everything. I said this to my mum. I was like, she's not a bad person by any means, but if she gets heated, she'll fight back. And I was like, the moment you see a phone, you walk away. The moment you see, if you're in an argument with somebody and a camera is opened, you stop and walk away.
I've actually never experienced. Have you?
Having people pull out their phones?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, China in general, like as a Laowai, just walking around. And
for you, I could sense that. For this, not
just
so much.
White as a ghost. No, I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand where I've been in London and I've seen there'll be a fight outside a nightclub and no one's intervening. It's just everyone pulls out their phone. Yeah. And you don't know the situation. Yeah. You're just going to see the at face value a fight. Yeah. And whoever wins, whoever loses. Do you find yourself voting or aligning with the underdog more, or do you take the videos at face value for what it is, the information that you have, the context?
Dude, I don't even know anymore. And also, like, I mean, we're talking about how to make better gym content, but it is funny when you see, any training area that does allow, filming. Like, for example, we go downstairs to the main floor, there's like 5-6 tripods everywhere, and there's cameras and people trying to figure out, am I going to get in someone's way? And I know everyone's filming themselves, and that's helpful, and everyone's creating their own content like we're talking about now. But then at the other side of that, I'm wondering, do we really need to do this? Like I brought my own camera all the way from Shenzhen to do my own content too. And then, it's just have those moments of self-awareness of like, what is this for really,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've never filmed myself. My gym path has started. God, when did I start? So that was February. Yeah. Oh no, sorry. More March, April. I don't upload my weights, my workouts. I don't record myself. Yeah. I don't ask for a review. If someone's got some information or something that they want to pass on to me and say, "Hey, Alex, you can approve this," great. I'll take that on board. But I have no intention of ever starting to film myself.
So for a person who films and edits everyone else in the gym, you do that for yourself, none at all.
Zero.
Because that's on purpose.
Because I don't think there's any value in that on the internet. Okay, it's a great example. If you go to the Eiffel Tower, and would you take a picture of it?
Of the Eiffel Tower? Yeah. I mean, probably just in passing. Well, because I don't know. It's like, why do people take photos of fucking fireworks every 4th of July?
No, that's true.
There's like an inherent just like, we must commemorate the moment.
We're moths, really. We just like shiny lights. Yeah. But I think I remember this is that if you go on Google Maps and you go to Street View, there's this feature where you can see where other people have uploaded pictures. Yeah. And literally, if it's some landmark, every square inch you can move to every single angle, every single distance, and find someone who's taken a picture. That means to me that picture is worthless. Now, if I was to take a picture with my partner and me in front of the Eiffel Tower, much better. And then that picture now has value. Yeah. But I view that in the same way as me doing lift. I don't have value in that. Nothing in that is new or different. And if I was to upload that, I would be in the sea of 1,000 other videos of people doing the exact same thing.
And you don't have any desire to cut through that noise yourself?
No, not at all. I mean, if I was, I'd have to find something that makes it valuable in my eyes. But as it is, I would never, ever bring a tripod onto the floor to record. It just seems like wasted gigabytes for me.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
And that's, again, it's not to shame anybody that does it. All our members here, I think more power to you. The fact that we have created such an environment here where you don't need to worry about that. You can bring a tripod. You can make your own content. You can just record because you want to see your progression over time. I'm just speaking for myself. Yeah. I will never be in a situation where I feel like that's worth anybody else seeing, let alone me watching. I'm also the person who doesn't take pictures of their meals because I think that's such a waste of gigabytes as well. Like,
memories first, man.
Me, I came for this meal. I'm gonna eat it. Fuck the camera. So yeah, it's that ground of, do I think this is worth putting out? Okay. And that goes into a lot of other areas as well. But if we're talking gym content, I edit so much of these coaches and I try to put a spin on it, try to put something that makes it different than just a workout video. But I also find myself just saying, well, look, at the same token, I'm just going to do what the guys are doing and just make it interesting enough that someone will at least stay for 5 seconds, because that's really all we can ask for.
To that point, I also hear about the idea of making content that where you're the main audience, in the sense that, like, you know, make something that you would want to see. I don't know how you feel about this, but I feel like that's true to a certain extent. For example, I don't know if other people on Instagram who weightlift, like Olympic weightlifting, snatch and clean and jerk, have the same thought, but like I think about whether or not I should keep my approach before going to the bar, you know, just like chalking up and like psyching myself up and doing a yell and then doing the lift, which is like 15 seconds at least of pre-lift ritual. Like, is that as important, or are people going to skip that? Right. And I always think, I mean, that matters. That pre-lift ritual matters to me. I don't think it matters to anyone else. And I often get into that headspace of like, all right, what stuff do people like and what stuff do I like? Where do you side on that debate?
Even though I've just shat on everybody making content,
go for it, son.
Make what you want to make.
Yeah.
Never let anybody tell you what's good or bad. If you make a video and you purely love it, oh my god, you are the best person. Because the moment you start trying to fit into the algorithm is where you start to sell your soul. You start doing things that you wouldn't normally do, or things you don't want to do.
Have you caught yourself doing that?
Absolutely. Oh, there's so many. Do you remember the what was the song with the dancing raccoon in the circle? Pedro. That was a big meme, and I was very late to doing a video for that. But I just found myself going, I hate this video.
Did you make it for us?
Yeah, it's on I think it's on Coastal.
Oh shit.
On the Coastal IG. Video's not bad.
Yeah.
I just absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
And obviously that goes into more about my relationship with film videos that I make. But
you hate looking at it and thinking like you folded.
That was a complete sellout. That was me having like, okay, I don't have anything creative in mind for this particular video, and that is very lazy on my side. That's me. Where as a creative, as a videographer, I don't have an excuse to not do something creative.
Yeah.
On the other hand, when you've been doing this job and doing the same snatch, the same muscle up, the same burpee jump, ball, whatever, every day for a year and a half, you start to look for those little helpers where you can just copy another trend or another viral video.
I think that's totally fair. And also, you know, like sometimes it's just better to not overthink, right? If just an idea pops up. On the other hand, too, like you've done videos that are not at all like the typical gym videos. Like my favorite one is the one where you're just filming people in between lifts, or just these quiet moments, and we're just kind of sitting around, or just looking at our phone, looking either relaxed or pensive or whatever. And then the music is very slow, you know, and it's serious in nature. And I thought that was like an awesome change of pace. So changing it up sometimes out of left field like that, that's cool to take those risks. And I'm sure you really enjoyed that process.
I love that. However, that video performed very badly.
Did it?
It did.
Yeah.
So
I don't care.
What does that tell me? Well, in the eyes of me doing my job, that was a failure. That was a waste of time. But for my own happiness and sanity, that was a nice breath.
So you're balancing out between those two types.
I think I have like sort of 30 videos of standard to one video that I want to do.
Yeah.
A great example is Meg. Meg's content, I started off she did a group class and I mic'd her up.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be a really fun video because it showed off her personality versus where I normally just do, you know, quick cuts, edit to fast-paced music, and I go, ooh, hype reel. But this was much slower, had a voiceover. It was playing more into Meg's character.
Yeah.
And that video did perform well. Obviously, it does help that Meg has a following to show it too.
Yeah, right.
But it's like, oh my goodness, how many views has this video got?
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed that video. That gave me validation to say, okay, there is room to do something different.